We've had a bit of a tough week related to our dogs last week. Some of our neighbours have started complaining about the dogs, and while some of the reasons are valid, others are purely surmised and projected. Our neighbour and dear friend has sadly suffered some losses in her vegetable garden because the puppies love veg and digging and apparently mistake peppers for juggling bowls. Pensioners in Bulgaria often do not get a lot of money, and their gardens are an important source of food for them, not just a hobby. Understandably, our friend was quite upset, and we did everything we could to avoid future damage. This meant we had to change our walking route to avoid going past her garden. We also started keeping the pups on leads until we're past any houses to avoid new trouble. We used to take turns doing the walks, so each of us could have every other day off from morning and evening walking and feeding routines. Can you imagine one person trying to walk 3 hyperactive puppies who are not used to being on the lead? Yes, add a 16k German Shepherd mix who pulls on his chain like a minotaur. Walking became a 2-person job. After a few days of managing like this, I became concerned because the pups started getting really interested in a watermelon field that we had to pass. They love watermelon, and they always seem to find 1 or 2 that were split open to munch on. Other neighbours had been telling me stories about Arjun terrorising people in the centre of the village, stealing chickens, etc. Sadly, my Bulgarian is not good enough to communicate that they must be mistaking him for another dog because we did not let him out of the pen until after dark, when all chickens are safely locked in, and he certainly would never show aggression towards people without being badly provoked. We now keep Arjun in the pen even at night. What gives me nightmares is the fact that I know some Bulgarians are very well capable of taking matters in their own hands if it came to it. In the end, it doesn't matter what our dogs do or don't do. If someone convinces themselves that they are the source of a problem, poisoned bait is very quickly and easily thrown in the pen. And guilty or innocent, our dogs will be dead. So you can understand my paranoia when it comes to not causing any trouble, and why we decided to change our walking route a second time. Our current routine involves packing all 5 dogs in the car and driving them 5 minutes down the road so we can walk in the wilderness where there's no fields and gardens and very few people. We are all getting used to this, and the amount of times I have to clean puppy sick out of the boot of the car after returning has decreased somewhat. But I would be lying if I didn't admit I feel a bit sad about having to go through this rigmarole when there is perfectly nice walking routes all around our house, and that these experiences haven't jolted me crudely awake to the harsh reality of how some people in Bulgaria see animals as nothing but a commodity for us to use and do away with however we please. But I'm trying to focus on the good that this situation has brought us. The dogs are all learning to adapt to new routines. The puppies get car training. They absolutely love exploring the environment where we walk, and I can allow that without restriction. This routine actually has potential to be done by just one person once we've ironed out some kinks. And last but not least, I always have to remember all of our dogs would either be dead or leading an absolutely wretched life as an alternative to being with us. So anything we can do for them is better than what they were destined for. All 3 of our puppies are looking for loving homes anywhere in Europe. Please get in touch if you are interested to know more about an adoption, or share this with your friends and family so we can keep helping animals that need us.